The Pokemon Go Battle League is now in its preseason for the Ultra League. Things are amping up here. And while I was going through all the simulation data for all the different teams I could possibly run for the Ultra League, I was pleased as can be when I found out that Ampharos, of all things, can be meta. And if you guys aren't aware, I am a pretty big Ampharos fan. I got some Ampharos plushies hiding back there in the corner. And yes, I was pleased as can be when I found out that one of my favorite Pokemon of all time could actually be meta. So of course I had to build a team around it. Now as far as my team building goes, I use this simple paper, rock, rock strategy. I'm leading with Togekiss. Togekiss is weak to other charm users, steel types, and poison type Pokemon. Those are the scissors, if you will. So then I got Swampert and Ampharos in the back to be the rocks to smash those scissors. If you want more information on Paper Rock Rock team building, you can check out my Ultra League budget guide, and I do have a more specific Ultra League full meta guide with a better team building graphic involved coming out soon. So if you're not subscribed to me already, make sure to subscribe for that one. At any rate, let's get into the battles. Find out why Ampharos doesn't have any wool as I pound down noobs in the Go Battle League. Alrighty. Yeah, if anybody's got like a shiny Togepi out there, I could use the triple shiny flex there, but right now I only got 2 shinies rocking on this team. Alright, so in the beginning here you can see they catch my lead with the Magnezone, so I decide to promote some electric type supremacy with my Ampharos. I'm glad I actually didn't swap to my Swampert because that Venusaur would probably straight up ruin my life. One thing this team does have a massive weakness to is Venusaur, and I ended up running into a lot more Venusaurs than I expected to in the Ultra League. There we got some untimely lag, but Ampharos was probably going to go down anyways, and I rock back in with the Togekiss. Shielding because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Sludge Bomb. I don't want to get hit by no Sludge Bomb. I can probably farm it down with Charm. I do. And what comes in next? But a Snorlax. So I decided to throw the Ancient Power at it, get some damage in, maybe bait a Shield. He does get the Shield. And what do I get? But the boost. Man. So this guy is now dealing with a boosted Togekiss. He ends up bringing back in the Magnezone and just wipes me out immediately with a charge move. So no crazy boost sweep for me there. But I do have Swampert in the back, which doesn't really have anything to fear coming from Magnezone. Hit me with your Wild Charge, man. I can tank it. And you're going to have to deal with these Hydro Cannons now. So let's the Magnezone fall, bring back in the Snorlax, and I just start Hydro Cannon it down. This fight is basically a done deal. And this Hydro Cannon here should be enough. Oh, psych, he has a shield yet. Now this Hydro Cannon here should be enough to take him out and just close out the fight. But oh no, he got the 1 HP and the charge move off, but psych, I also got big HP, and I was able to save the match anyways. This is why you need to focus on those PvP IVs. If you don't know about PvP IVs, check out my video up in the corner there, and it'll give you a brief rundown of how to do your PvP IVs. Alright, next fight's in, we got the Swampert here. Now generally, Swampert is a pretty easy match for Togekiss, but because my Togekiss has Master League IVs, I plan on building this up to the Master League. I can't really tolerate 2 Hydro Cannons as well as other Togekisses might, so just to be on the safe side, I have to use the 2 shields against the Swampert. However, I do get the switch advantage by taking out his lead, and being down by 1 shield isn't that dire of a situation. So he comes in with the Alolan Sandslash, which is a pretty deadly Pokemon. If I let it get too out of control with the energy, it can take out my team, so I bring in my Swampert. Now even though Swampert doesn't have a super effective hit against the Giratina Altered form, those Earthquakes do take about half of its health out, so it is a really nice Pokemon to fight against the Giratinas. It's most consistent also when it has an energy lead, so you bring it in on the switch, and then they switch in their Giratina. That goes a little bit nicer for that guy there. And I'm just gonna have to eat this charge move, takes me out the Ancient Power, and then we get the Ampharos. Railing it down. It's got a little baby bit of HP left. It hits me with the Dragon Claw. I don't care, because now I've got about 2 Thunder Punches worth of energy powered up. Oh wait, is that a Focus Blast? Bam! I want to see a Registeel try me. That's like Baby Steel type Pokemon. I want a Daddy Steel type Pokemon to come after my Ampharos because Focus Blast, it's there for them. Steelix, Registeel, I guess Alolan Sandslash. you ain't safe with Ampharos. So we get another Venusaur here, and I will let you guys know that these fights do span over 3 different matches. I'm only showing you guys the victories here. And yeah, Venusaur's catching me the wrong way is a sure route to loss. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change up my team a little bit to accommodate for all the Venusaurs that I'm running into. Now it's pretty sure that guy was gonna try to bait me with Frenzy Plant. I think he threw Frenzy Plant before, and I expect him to throw Frenzy Plant again. Perhaps this is only a Frenzy Plant Venusaur with no 2 moves. If it is, definitely makes this fight a lot more cleaner on my end. Take it out with the Togekiss. He opts to go for the shield advantage, but I do take Giratina's health out, like by half. So Charm users, sure way to beat Giratina. Does not like taking on that Charm damage, that's for sure. And Swampert comes in, the Battletoad, with no real fear of Giratina, knowing that we do have the Earthquake. Proof in the pudding damage there. I opt for the Hydro Cannon because I want to try to bait a shield, and I know that he is nearly in Hydro Cannon KO range. So if I don't actually take him out with Hydro Cannon here, he does have enough to get farmed down by like my Ampharos, for example, to get another energy lead going. That's another thing you're going to find in the Ultra League. You don't want to be in a situation where you've got like a Schniblet of red health left and no way to threaten their next Pokemon, because then they're able to get a big energy lead onto your final Pokemon. And as you can see here, a Blaziken, under normal circumstances, should be able to beat Ampharos, but because I had that energy lead, I was able to get to my Thunder Punches quickly. So no real retaliation from the Blaziken. Alright, going into our third fight here. It's Giratina. So yeah, we won the lead here, so they're going to have to switch the heck out, and they bring in Snorlax. Now you'll notice here that I do charm it up a bit, and I will eat this Body Slam. By doing so, I make the matchup with Swampert against Snorlax that much more consistent, allowing me to not only maintain this switch advantage I now have, but it allows me to also maintain a shield advantage against my opponent. I know that Giratina's in the back, and I know that if I have a shield, Togekiss has nothing to worry about when it comes to Giratina. So definitely an interesting play to keep myself set up and strong against my opponent. Those Body Slams, they ain't doing enough. Not enough, Snorlax. At least when it comes to my Swampert. Giratina comes back, and I decide to drop the Earthquake. They might shield, they might not. It'd probably be a brighter decision to not shield it, because then they have less HP for my Togekiss to farm up. But they decide to swap out. I whip out the Ancient Power onto their little Honey Badger there, the Typhlosion, get their final shield. I'm now up a shield, and since I do know that I've got the win in the back, I decide to eat the Blast Burn there and just go ham with the Thunder Punches onto their Typhlosion, taking it out. You think Fire Attacks are going to cut it against Ampharos? Not happening. And right here you can see saving that shield for the Togekiss is pretty important when it comes to Giratina matchups, because that Ancient Power will take you out if they let it go through. So try to maintain at least one shield for that end game if you are a Togekiss user. We got battle number 4 here, going in onto Swampert. So I consider this to be a 1 lead, because in general Togekiss should be able to beat Swampert. Typically I like to take it to the 2-1, so I'll shield twice and get it 1 shield from them to close that out. They might swap out too, but in general I feel like Togekiss generally has a lot of control in this fight. If you got a higher bulk Togekiss, you could actually soak 2 Hydro Cannons, allowing you to put even more of a shield advantage on your side of the force. But I also find that having that nice chunk of HP is a good way to also like burn down possible Giratinas that might come in the end game that you weren't expecting. So I bring Swampert in against the Charizard here, bringing on those Dragon Claws. And hey, it's Giratina, my favorite thing to throw Earthquakes at. Yeah, Swampert is such a beast. It's a little problematic though, because there are tons of Venusaurs out here in the Ultra League, like way more than I expected. I think Swampert is a really good Pokemon for the Ultra League, especially if it gets like a little bit of an energy advantage on it. It can take out like just about everything. But Venusaur is an issue, and he's out there, so definitely be wary. Oh yeah, right there was a little bit of a pro gamer move. I came in with my Togekiss, hit it for a little damage, and then swapped to my Ampharos, knowing that my Ampharos can actually farm up that baby bit of damage pretty comfortably, but that like more thicky baby bit of damage would cause some problems for my Ampharos here. So with that energy lead, I was able to get a nice Thunder Punch in on the Charizard and close out the fight with my Togekiss. So a little bit of a skill move there. Only pro Ampharos users will know how low of HP Giratina needs in order to farm it comfortably for the end game. But yeah, I had fun with that one. Alright, we got Pete here. Pete here is catching my Togekiss lead with a Clefable lead. Now I know my Togekiss here, having such bad IVs for Ultra League, won't be able to win this fight. Typically when it's Charm versus Charm, you don't want to throw because you'll just win from the Charm damage alone, or you'll have a simultaneous knockout, which can also be in your favor. But because I know I'll lose to the Charm race, I decided to throw there and get a shield from them. Now this was a little bit of a mistake on my part. I wanted to maintain the shield advantage, right? And I was like, I could take a Meteor Mash, but they also had the Psychic. So definitely murdered my Swampert there. So now I'm down 2 Pokemon up against the Steelix with Ampharos. But little does my opponent know that this is the Master Ampharos with the Focus Blast, calling on the people of the Earth for the Spirit Bomb there, and taking out a full-grown, maxed-out, shiny Steelix. The power of Ampharos. Like, this is basically like the thumbnail pic right here. Ampharos felling the Steelix. But I'm in the red. This isn't a good situation. The final Pokemon, thankfully, is a Poliwrath, and I've got energy stored up for days here, so hit him with the Thunder Punch. He's coming in with the KOing charge move. Psych, I got a shield, and now you're gonna get hit in the face with another Thunder Punch. Now you guys might be thinking, is Ampharos viable in the Great League? Yes, it is. But Alolan Raichu does basically the same job as Ampharos, but like way better. So I just stick with Alolan Raichu in the Great League. It's also a lot more cheap to power up as well, so yeah. But in the Ultra League, Ampharos, man. And there go the battles. So yeah, Ampharos, man, totally rocking it now. Volt Switch getting buffed in PvP was phenomenal for many electric type Pokemon. Ampharos obviously included. Now, you guys might be thinking, Ryan Swag, what about the Dragon Pulse, the legacy move that we got from Community Day? Couldn't we use that to fight Giratina with our Ampharoses? You know, getting boosted by the Volt Switch as well? And my answer for that is no. Dragon Pulse does not hit hard enough. Like, if it was like Outrage or like Draco Meteor, that could be an option. But Dragon Pulse just kind of like tickles Giratina. Have you ever heard a Giratina giggle? They get hit with it and they're like, hee. Well, you will if you hit it with a Dragon Pulse. So if you want to get that nice secret sound clip from Niantic of Giratina giggling, then attempt to use Dragon Pulse Ampharos. But Focus Blast, Thunder Punch, I feel like that's the way to go with it. Now, if you want any assistance on building your own spicy team or getting a 1-over on your opponents in the Ultra League, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I do have a video coming out soon on the full Ultra League meta, and I'll have a nice infographic helping you guys make paper rock type teams to smash down your opponents. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see that one. And if you got any questions on this content, comment below, let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you guys aren't aware, I am a big Ampharos fan. I got some, fuck.